So strategy. The most important thing in a Formula 1 race weekend is making sure that you've got the right strategy. As the likes of Ferrari have found out over the years, having the wrong strategy, going for plan D when you should have gone for plan B, is something that could end up with your race being absolutely destroyed. But what goes into strategies? Is it just people on the pit wall just saying, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that? After all, if you've ever watched F1 with friends, you'll know that everybody is a race engineer when they get the chance. They're saying you should do this and you should do that. Not dissimilar to how in football, people are saying, oh, they should do this, they should go attacking, they should bring this substitute on, the referee shouldn't have given that yellow card, etc, etc. It's not dissimilar with F1. But what actually goes into these strategies? Well, a lot, and I'm going to run down as much as of it I can in around 5 minutes or so for you guys here on the F1Chronicle.com. So yeah, buckle up, let's go through strategies in F1. Formula 1 strategy is a complex decision-making process that involves analysing a wide range of data, variables and scenarios to determine the optimal approach for each race. Key elements that go into F1 strategy include tyre management, pit stop timing, fuel consumption, weather conditions, track characteristics, and competitor performance. Strategists use complex advanced computer simulations, machine learning algorithms, and real-time data analysis to assess the potential of outcomes of different choices. They also rely on an expertise of engineers, drivers and other team members to make informed decisions that adapt to the changing circumstances during a race. Effective F1 strategy requires a combination of technical knowledge, analytical skills, and the ability to make quick, decisive actions in high-pressure situations. But what are these strategies? Well, an F1 strategist is a highly skilled professional who plays a crucial role in maximising a team's performance and securing the best possible results on the track. They're responsible for analysing vast amounts of data, developing and refining race strategies, and making critical decisions in real time during a Grand Prix weekend. The primary responsibilities are fourfold. The first is data analysis. Strategists use advanced software tools and mathematical models to process and interpret the enormous volume of data generated by the cars, the track, and the team simulations. This data includes tyre performance and degradation, fuel consumption, lap times, weather conditions, and competitor behaviour. The second is strategy development. Based on their data analysis, strategists create detailed race plans that outline the optimal tyre usage, pit stop windows, and tactical approaches for each driver. They consider a wide range of variables such as the circuit layout, expected weather conditions, and the strengths and weaknesses of their own car and of their competitors. The third is real-time decision making. During qualifying in the race, strategists must make split-second decisions in response to changing circumstances on the track. This may involve adapting to unexpected weather changes, reacting to safety car periods, or adjusting strategies to counter the moves of rival teams. When you hear Ferrari coming on the radio and saying, we are checking, that's what they're doing. They're trying to figure out whether this is the right decision to make. That decision will not necessarily be that of the race engineer that's on the radio. It'll be of some actual strategist on the pit wall who is checking. That's what they mean by that. And the last is communication and collaboration. Strategists work closely with other key members of the team, including race engineers, performance engineers, and the drivers themselves. They must be able to communicate complex information clearly and concisely and collaborate effectively to ensure that everyone is working towards the same goals. And often, as Formula 1 is an international sporting circus that travels around the world, they'll be doing this in their second language, usually in English of course, but of course it's a multinational community made up of engineers and team personnel who are from around the world and not just from the Anglosphere. And to be good in this role, strategists must possess a unique combination of skills and attributes, including exceptional analytic and problem skills, deep understanding of F1 regulations, tech and race tactics, the ability to work effectively under high pressure, time-sensitive conditions, strong communication and leadership skills, flexibility and adaptability to changing circumstances. F1 strategists often have backgrounds in fields such as engineering, mathematics, computer science, and/or physics. They may have previous experience in other areas of motorsport or in industries where data analysis and decision making under pressure are critical, such as finance or logistics. But how do you sum it up? Let's just end this by summing up this best we can, because there's a lot to it, as you can tell. Billions of simulations, literally billions, not millions, billions of simulations go into every single race weekend based upon the data and information that they have. But how do you sum it up? Well, most people associate an F1 strategy with the call to pit and the decision to fit which tyres, and that is indeed a crucial aspect of the strategy. During the race itself, the primary aim of the strategy department is to optimise the car's performance against the competition, ensuring that the driver finishes the race in the highest possible position. Again, billions of simulations going over all the possible scenarios of not only the car that they are, focusing on, but also the competitors' cars as well, because they can affect strategy too. You can have a really quick car, but if you can't overtake somebody, you're going to be slow. Simple as that. Your pace is not going to be good. And to truly understand the wider scope of the strategies that's at work here, it's essential to take a step back and consider the bigger picture. So going back from the race itself, the strategy team is focused on how the team wants to approach qualifying. This involves analysing data from practice sessions, assessing the car's performance on different tyre compounds, and determining the optimal setup for the car to achieve the best possible starting position for the race. But the strategy department's work extends even further back than that. They must consider the team's overall approach to the entire race weekend, including how to allocate the resources and tyres during practice sessions. If you use too many tyres during practice and qualifying, you might not have the tyres that you want during the race, and that could really hinder you. And this involves striking a balance between gathering essential data, testing new components, and preserving the tyres for qualifying in the race. It's not uncommon for drivers to not even run the hard tyres usually during a race weekend for the entire race weekend until the race itself, because they don't get many sets of them. They don't want to give them up, and also they don't want to show their hand too, but they also don't have much data on them because they have not run them around that track. Yes, they'll have data from previous race weekends where there is that compounded tyre that's been used, but it's not the same as other tracks. And again, historical data can also come into it too, but it might be hot one weekend in a year and it might be really cold the next one. Baku has moved between the spring and the autumn. We've had some really hot races there, we've had some really cold races there too, so how do you actually quantify it? It's not easy. That's why these people are paid a lot of money, and rightfully so. And from even a broader perspective than that, the strategy team must take into account the entire season as a whole. They analyse which tracks the team is likely to perform better or worse at, based on factors such as the car's strengths and weaknesses, historical data, the driver performance, and simulations. And this information helps them develop a strategic approach to each race, considering the factors such as tyre allocation, engine management, and potential point scoring opportunities too. And finally, the strategy department must also consider the team's position in the championship standings and adapt their approach accordingly. For example, a team leading the championship may opt for a more conservative strategy to maintain their lead, while a team trying to catch up may take more risks to maximise their chance of scoring points. A bit like Ferrari trying to go for the Constructors' Championship this year. They went hell for leather in Abu Dhabi to try and catch Lando Norris because they had nothing to lose. Lando Norris, meanwhile, had to keep ahead of them. And also think about Max Verstappen in Las Vegas. He only had to finish 4th, 5th, or finish ahead of Lando Norris to win the championship. So Red Bull just made sure he finished ahead of Lando Norris, and he did, and he won the championship. So there we go, guys. This is a massive piece here on the F1Chronicle.com. I've taken some excerpts for. There's more information on here, such as preparation for the race weekends, a more in-depth look at qualifying, practice, and how the teams actually monitor the performance of the drivers and cars through the race itself. I've gone over 5 minutes. I tried for 5 minutes and I failed, but go check out this article if you want some more information on that. And of course, I will be doing some longer piece videos as well, doing some supercuts of F1 Explained as well during this off season too. So stay tuned for those, and stay tuned for more opinion pieces and explain videos just like this. So yeah, see you soon, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell as well, and we'll see you very soon, guys. Have a good one.